What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nash, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use VLOOKUPs in Microsoft Excel. Now, if you've worked in finance or you plan on working in finance, you should know that VLOOKUPs are the answer to everything. You have to know how to use them. And funny enough, I was doing an interview the other day, and the first question I was asked was, do you know how to use VLOOKUPs? And this is because a lot of people do not know how to use VLOOKUPs. They look like a complicated formula, but it's actually really simple. So people get discouraged in learning how to use VLOOKUPs. So I want to show you how to use them, and I'm going to make it as simple as possible because it is simple at the end of the day. So VLOOKUPs are essentially used to look up values. That's the only thing you need to remember. VLOOKUPs are used to look up values in a table. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the computer so I can show you guys exactly how these work. All right, so as you can see, guys, I have a data set here that I have. So this is the crimes in the United States between 1997 and 2016. And if you're wondering where I got that, you can actually go look up free data sets online. So this is the website I used. You can find public data sets that, that are put out to the public, so you can use them for things like this if you're working on a project or anything like that. So the one I'm actually using is the FBI crime data. So let's go back to Microsoft Excel, and this is our data here, right? All right, so just looking on the table here, you see that the first column is the year, the second column is the population, and then it goes on to the crimes that were committed, right? All right, so on the top here, you're going to see the titles, right? As you can see here, and then you have the actual numbers here, the data. So let's say you're looking for, let's say, property crimes that happened in 2004, right? All right, so the way the VLOOKUP is going to look this up is it's going to start up here, right? It's going to go down until it hits 2004. So now it's found the year. So after that, it goes to the right. So it always goes to the right. So once it goes to the right, it goes all the way here until it finds the actual the crime here, and it's going to return this value. So that's the way a VLOOKUP is going to work. It's going to go down the list and it goes to the right. All right, so your job is telling it where to look up, which is going to be this column, and also telling it where to stop, which is going to be this column right here. All right, if you're looking for that specifically. So we're going to go ahead and do an example here. If we go to the bottom here, as you can see, I have an example here. It says how many property crimes were committed in the following years. So we're going to be finding the crimes that were committed from 2004 to 2011, right? And we're going to be returning the values in this column here that says a number of crimes. And we also want to do another VLOOKUP that's going to return the population during that time. So here's how we get started. So we're going to do equal sign, and we're going to type in the word VLOOKUP. So as you start typing, you're going to see it pop up, and you can actually click tab, and this is going to autofill the formula for you. And once you have this is going to pop up here. So it kind of like tells you the arguments that you need to put within the parenthesis. So the first one is going to be the lookup value. So you have to tell it what is it looking for, right? So in this example, we're looking for the year 2004, right? So we're going to be selecting this. So select this 2004 here. The next argument is going to be the table array. So this is going to be the entire table. So you know that the data that you're looking for is in this table. So for this, you always want to select the entire table. So I'm going to go ahead and select this entire table here. All right, so a good practice when it comes to this is pressing F4, and this is going to create absolute references. This is going to avoid a lot of mistakes when it comes to shifting your tables and lookup values. So always make sure that you have absolute references. You can just click F4. So I'm going to go ahead and add a comma here. So I've selected the table. Now the next argument is going to be the column index number. So the column index number is actually going to be the column that has the property crime, right? So right here. So we know that based on the title of this column, this is where the property crimes were. So your job is going to be to direct the formula to this column so you can find the actual value. All right, so the way it counts is this column here is going to be the first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way to 15 here. So this is what we want, 15. So I'm going to type in 15, and I'm going to add a comma. Now for the last argument, we have two options. So we have a true and a false. So a true is essentially finding an approximate match, right? This is going to return a match that is approximate to what you're looking for, which is something you never want to do if you're working with, sensitive data. You always want to use false. This is going to return an exact match. So true is used in, maybe if you're doing taxes, so you kind of like approximate ranges and all that. But most of the time you want to use false because this is going to return an exact match. So you can actually go down here, tab, and it's going to fill it out for you. Or you can actually use a 0 for false, right? And for true, you can use 1. So I'm going to put 0 here, or you can type in false, same thing, close the parenthesis, and I'm going to go ahead and click enter. All right, so as you can see, now it has returned this value here, 10 million, right? So let's go ahead and verify this. So we are looking for 2004 here, and going all the way to property crime here. So you can see this is the same value as, let me highlight this so you guys can see. So these are the same values, right? So what it did is it went down this column and then it found 2004 and I started going to the right, Started going to the right. And we told the formula to stop at column 15, as you can see here, and this is column 15. So it went to this and it just returned at this value here. All right. So the cool thing about this is you can actually drag the formula down. So I'm going to drag it down like that. There we go. So now it returns all the values for the other years, right? 2011, we had 9 million. We can just double check that real quick. As you can see, this is the value here, 9 million. Let me highlight this if you guys want to, have a clear visual of this. So that is how we can return the number of crimes. So let's say now we want to find the population at that time, right? So I want to do another VLOOKUP here. So what we're going to be looking for is going to be the year and the population during that year. So I'm going to go ahead and select the year here, 2004, comma. And at the table array here, I'm going to select the entire table. And I'm going to do F4 to create an absolute reference. And I'm going to go ahead and comma here. And I'm going to go ahead and select. So now for the population, if you look on the titles, you see that the second column is actually the population. So I'm going to go ahead and add 2. And I'm going to go ahead and add a comma here. And I'm going to go ahead and add an exact match, which is false. I'm going to go ahead and close the parenthesis and click enter. So as you can see, the formula returned the population at that time. So I'm going to go ahead and drag the formula down. So now if you want to verify this, so 2004, this was the population here. So pretty much the same as this. And if you want to quickly look at the formula here, you can just click on, let's go on the formula here, and you can kind of like see what it's looking for. So it's looking for 2004 in this table, in this entire table here, and it's referencing column 2. All right, so that is pretty much it when it comes to VLOOKUPs. Hopefully you guys learned something, or I made it super easy for you guys to understand how these work. And thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.